morning, beloveds. You can tell the humidity is really high. And Foster, I was trying to get Rita, because Rita's over there. I was trying to get Rita to come sit on the couch with me, and she's like, no. And then all of a sudden, here comes Foster. So, all right, I do get to get my main trip. Oh, speaking of that, programming note, I'm not going to do this tomorrow. That's one of the advantages of not doing a 365 is if I'm going to be out of pocket during the time that I would normally do this, I'm not going to do a makeup. Because my phone, I can't do it the way I want to do it on my phone. And this iPad doesn't have Wi-Fi or doesn't have, it has to be connected to Wi-Fi. And so in the morning, I'm going to go get my hair cut. I'm not going to have access to Wi-Fi. So I'm going to, we're just gonna let this, I'm just gonna let tomorrow be what tomorrow is, and we'll pick this back up on Sunday. So, I've got plenty of book to go. I'm not worried about it. And this is I'm finishing kind of a short chapter, so we'll finish the chapter today. I'm not gonna leave you hanging on the chapter. All right, so I'm starting on page 187. I am in chapter 13, Causes and Conditions, and we are starting with the section, Never Limit Your View of Life. Never limit your view of life by any past experience. The possibility of life is inherent within the capacity to imagine what life is, backed by the power to produce this imagery or divine imagination. It is not a question of failing or succeeding. It is simply a question of sticking to an idea until it becomes a tangible reality. The illusion is the way we look at things. No, let me try that again. I left a word out. The illusion is in the way we look at things. We have looked at poverty, degradation, and misery until they have assumed gigantic proportions. Now we must look at harmony, happiness, plenty, prosperity, peace, and right action until they appear. When we are making a demonstration, we pay no attention to what happens in the objective world. We interpret causes by conditions, only as we realize that a condition must partake of the nature of its cause. If there appears to be confusion in the condition, then there must have been confusion in the thought back of it. We pay no attention to the objective expression, so long as we know we are getting the right subjective recognition. The way scientifically to work out a problem is daily in thought to conceive of it as already being an accomplished fact in experience. We realize the desire is already embodied in the absolute. We are dealing with nothing less than the absolute, with reality, capital. Actually, all the letters are capital, not just the R. During the process, many things may happen that appear to be destructive. We may pass through good fortune and bad, but if we can come to the point where we are not disturbed by things, we have found the secret. If, as Jesus said, we judge not according to appearances, but judge righteous judgment, remembering that things are seen. Remembering that things which are seen are not made of things which do appear. If, I repeat, we can judge in this manner, out of any chaos, we can produce harmony. Okay, so there's a lot in that, and I'm going to say a couple of things. That very first sentence, never limit your life by past experiences. This is why we say principle is not bound by precedent. Just because it's happened in the past doesn't mean it will happen again. It doesn't mean it has to happen again. What have we got to do to make sure it doesn't happen again? And this is where the phrase, where our attention goes is where our power goes. If we are focused on the problem gets bigger. I can give you an example. We can talk about the war on drugs, because I'm Gen X. I grew up with the war on drugs, and the problem with drugs got bigger. The problem with drugs absolutely got bigger. Yet you look at other countries that didn't go to war on drugs. What they did was they opened treatment facilities and had people who had drug problems go there and treated the addictions, don't have the drug problems. So, it's like where our attention goes is where our power goes. If we are focused on what we don't want, we're going to get more of what we don't want. So we've got to focus on what we do want. And then the things that will get us what we want will start coming into our experience. So that's what he's talking about in this section. Okay? Never limit your view of life. All right. The next section, I told you this was so short. It's like a page and a half. But it's super important information. Place no limit on principle. Know your own mind. Train yourself to think what you wish to think. Be what you wish to be. Feel what you wish to feel. And place no limits on principle. The words which you speak should be just as powerful as the words which Jesus spoke. If you knew your word was the law, whereunto it was sent, but you must know this within, not merely accept it with your intellect. If you have reached a point where the inner consciousness believes, then your word is simply an announcement of reality. Know, without a shadow of a doubt, that as a result of your treatment, some action takes place in the infinite mind. Infinite mind is the actor, you are the announcer. If you have a vague, subtle, unconscious fear to be quiet, ask yourself, who am I? What am I? Who is speaking? What is my life? In this manner, think right back to principle until your thought becomes perfectly clear again. Such is the power of regular thinking, that it cancels and erases everything unlike itself. It answers every question, solves every problem, and is the solution to every difficulty. It is like the sunlight of eternal truth bursting through the clouds of obscurity and bathing all life in glory. It is the absolute with which you are dealing. All there really is God. Emphasis to earnest. Okay? And I like that he puts it, who am I? What am I? Who is speaking? What is my life? When you can answer those questions affirmatively with belief that you are a beloved expression of the divine, okay? Everything's going to work a whole lot better. So when you do have those doubts, and here's the thing, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And we live with a whole lot of other spiritual beings having a human experience who are unaware that they are spiritual beings. They will talk doubt. It is not, don't make yourself bad and wrong when doubt creeps in. Just go back to the question, who am I? A beloved expression of the divine. Go back to that. All right, last section, and then we're going to wrap this up. I'm hearing thunder, and so I'm concerned I need to wrap this up. God never compromises. This is the last section. In demonstrating over conditions, the only requirements we need to make are, do the things we want, Let me try that question again. Do the things we want lend themselves to a constructive program? Do they express a more abundant life, rob no one, create no delusion, and express a greater degree of livingness? If we are able to answer these questions affirmatively, then all the power in the universe is back of our program. If it is money, houses, automobiles, lands, stocks, bonds, dresses, shirts, or shoestrings, all of which come from the same source, then there can be nothing either in the law or in the spirit back of the law to deny us the right to the greatest possible expression of life. Good never compromises with its opposite. The one practicing must be able to look a fact in the face and know that all manifestations are effects and can be changed by changing the mental cause. They must be able to look at the sick person who has come to them for help and know that only perfection stands before them. They must see beyond the appearance to that which is basically perfect. This will not be irrational to the one who has made a careful study of the science of mind and spirit. Truth knows no opposite. When we take away the belief in evil, the belief that the outward appearance is the same as the inner reality, evil flees. We must continually remind ourselves of the power of the word and of our ability to use it. We must know that truth produces freedom because truth is freedom. Our work will best be done in quiet expectancy and in calm confidence. The results rest in the eternal law of good. And that right there, God never compromises, is why Science of Mind has a social justice bent to it. Because we believe that all people deserve good, that's what God wants. And when we create systems that deny people their good, then we have to change that. We have to look the fact in the face and say, this is not reality. This is not the way it is. This is not the way it should be. If we look at the place where nothing has ever been wrong, this situation shouldn't be. What have we got to do to change it? That's why we have it. God doesn't compromise, and we, as expressions of that, can't compromise either. It's like to change the serenity prayer is to change the things that I can, and and then there's this thing. There are some things that I cannot accept. Well, I'm going to change them. And and some of that is done, inside with the treatment. And some of it is done outside by speaking up and saying, this is wrong. There's a better way to do this. So, that's my high horse. So I'm going to get off of it. Remember, as I have said, principle is not bound by precedent. Just because that's the way it has been does not mean that it has to continue that way. And he gave you the rules. It's got to be constructive. It's got to express abundance. It's got to express greater life. It can't rob anybody, and it can't, create delusion. So those are, I always say, do you want to know if God's talking to you or ego's talking to you? Who does it help? Who does it hurt? If it helps one person but doesn't hurt anybody, you're good. If it helps a whole lot of people but hurts somebody, and that's the thing. God never compromises. All right. So I'm going to, this is the housekeeping. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark, and I am the running Rev Ryan on the social medias. One of the easiest ways that you can support us is to go to our social medias and like and subscribe and follow and share and comment. That will bump us in the algorithms, and we think we have important things to say that will help people. That's our goal. We want to be helpful. So, and this Science of Mind is spiritual psychology, and it can be very helpful. So, please, go and do the social media stuff. And I say that because if you're watching me, you're on a social media. You're either on Facebook or YouTube. All right. I'm also going to remind you that if you would like more information about us, Creative Life, then you can either email info@creativelife.org. That is our constant contact. You get one email a week and the hot links are hot, or you can go to the website, which is creativelife.org. All right. Okay. As my brain shorts out, I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a go dance in the rain day, a stay out of the lightning day, a Friday, a wrap up your week day, a prepare to have your mane trimmed day. That's me, because I get to do that tomorrow. A silly day, a serious day, a get stuff done day, a take a break day, a call a friend day, a hug your fur baby day, a whatever kind of day you need to have day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are a brilliant light, a divine spark. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action. Or as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. All right, beloveds. I overslept this morning. I need to get going. Okay, so I'm just going to remind you, Reverend David will be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you around, no, I'm taking tomorrow off. I will be back with you at around 9 a.m. on Sunday. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. And I will see you next time.